High in the Himalayas, a young king is looking towards the future. Jigme Khesar Namgyel Wangchuck, the Dragon King of Bhutan, is the fifth in his line. He's also a modern leader, educated at Oxford and devoted to steering his people towards a future worthy of their past. But how do you bring a nation known for its gross national happiness into the 21st century? How do you honor tradition while embracing the global marketplace? King Jigme, as he is often known, is acutely aware of the challenges and possibilities that face Bhutan. Landlocked and sparsely populated, his country exists in the shadows of giants, India and China. Yet it has always possessed a fierce independence and a unique sense of identity. Now, as the world grows smaller and more interconnected, Bhutan finds itself at a crossroads. The king knows that his people, steeped in Buddhist values, are wary of the excesses of the modern world. He also knows that Bhutan cannot remain frozen in time. His vision for his nation is one that balances economic progress with spiritual well-being, a delicate dance that requires both wisdom and pragmatism. Bhutan's economy has long been reliant on agriculture and tourism, but the king envisions a more diversified future. One of his most ambitious goals is to transform this small Himalayan nation into a financial hub for India. Just as Hong Kong once served as a gateway to China, Bhutan, he believes, can play a similar role for its southern neighbor. This is no small task. Bhutan's financial infrastructure is still in its infancy, and attracting foreign investment will require a careful balancing act. The king is acutely aware that opening up to global finance brings with it the risk of corruption and inequality. He is determined to ensure that Bhutan's economic development benefits all its citizens, not just a select few. To achieve this vision, the king is encouraging investment in education and technology. He knows that Bhutan's greatest resource is its people, and he is committed to providing them with the tools they need to compete in the global economy. From coding boot camps to scholarships for study abroad, the king is investing in the future of his people. Many people, when they think of Bhutan, picture towering mountains, snow-capped peaks and remote monasteries clinging to cliffsides. This image, while undeniably beautiful, is incomplete. King Jigme himself has pointed out that foreigners often overlook the diversity of Bhutan's landscape, forgetting the lush, subtropical lowlands that border India. Indeed, Bhutan is a land of contrasts. Traveling from south to north is like traversing several climate zones. In the lowlands, one encounters elephants and tigers roaming through dense jungles. As one ascends into the Himalayas, the vegetation changes, giving way to forests of rhododendron and blue pine. Finally, one emerges into the alpine meadows and glaciers of the high Himalayas. This geographical diversity is reflected in the country's culture. While Bhutanese society is unified by its Buddhist faith and respect for tradition, there are distinct regional variations in language, dress, and cuisine. The king, in his travels throughout the country, makes a point of experiencing and celebrating this rich tapestry of cultures. One of the most striking things about King Jigme is his close relationship with his people. Unlike many monarchs, he is not a remote figurehead. He travels widely throughout the country, often on foot, meeting with people from all walks of life. He listens to their concerns, shares their joys, and works tirelessly to improve their lives. The king's commitment to his people is evident in his daily routine. He makes time each day to meet with ordinary Bhutanese, whether it's farmers in the fields, shopkeepers in the market, or monks in the monasteries. He believes that it is only by understanding the hopes and dreams of his people that he can truly lead them. This deep connection between the king and his people is perhaps Bhutan's greatest strength. It is a bond built on mutual respect, trust, and a shared vision for the future. As Bhutan navigates the challenges of the 21st century, it is this bond that will ultimately determine its success.